Hey everyone out there in YouTube, so I'm back with another video. If I sound aggravated, it's because I am. I'm back with another video. This time I want to talk about Wonder Woman, because I saw the movie Thursday night at the premiere. I thought it was a really good retelling of what it's supposed to be. So let's just jump right into it. If you don't know who Wonder Woman is, Wonder Woman stars Diana Prince, Diana Prince, and basically she's Princess of the Themyscira, which is an island full of Amazonian warriors. Amazonians are Greek female warriors, very strong, very powerful. Wonder Woman was first introduced in 1941 during World War II as the female Superman equivalent of peace, truth, justice, love, all that, I don't know, corny shit that Superman stood for back in the golden era of comics. So here we are in 2017. We finally have a Wonder Woman movie. Is it good? I think it's great. But let's just start simple, easy. So let's start with the actors. Patty Jenkins directed it. There were some screenwriters, but most of the screenwriters I think were male, but she directed it. Gal Gadot and Chris Pine were Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor respectively, and I think they both did an amazing job of capturing the essence of both characters. I think they both were really, really good, like exceptionally well with what they with who they are, you know what I mean? So let's see. They have this chemistry, and you could tell it. They have this chemistry, and it works really, really, really well. They bounce off of each other. Steve Trevor, Chris Pine lays down the jokes. It's actually a pretty funny movie. Chris Pine lays down the jokes, and I think, what I like about the actress, what I like about Gal Gadot, is that she was able to bring this kind of sense of naivete to a woman who has no idea what anything is or how the outside world works. There's this one part in particular where she sees a baby and she's just like, oh my god, a baby! And she runs towards it. It's just little small stuff like that it's really telling of how she is and what she can emote, so I really think they both did an amazing job. So let's talk about the story. So if you're not familiar with Wonder Woman or any of her iterations or any of her comic retellings, the basic story of Wonder Woman, at least with her origin story, the basic genesis of her story is that she's a woman who was, depending on who you ask, she was either molded from clay or she was the daughter of Zeus and Hippolyta. It just depends on if you like the old origin story or if you like the new 52. But basically, she was a daughter for Hippolyta who was molded from clay and given life. I don't remember. I should know who this is, but I don't remember who gave her life, which is bad. But she was given life, and she ends up meeting Steve Trevor, who was a pilot who ended up crash landing there to the Themyscira, which is the island, the Amazonian island. So they crash there, and she meets him, she talks to him, she likes it. And I like that Patty Jenkins stuck to what makes Wonder Woman Wonder Woman. As far as her origin, I like that they kept it simple. They didn't convolute the story like recently what they've been doing with a lot of the DCU movies. They didn't complicate everything. They didn't convolute things. They made it to where it's easy to understand it, and it flows well in that sense too, because it's easy to understand and it's easy to grasp. It starts in the Themyscira, and then it goes to World War I, and then it goes to the final act. And I just think to me it's good. An origin story should never feel convoluted or confusing, because then people aren't going to understand what the character is about, they're just going to be confused and probably never want to even deal with them again. You know what I mean? So I guess I tied in the pacing with that. I thought the pacing was well done, especially compared to the older movies. It's not scattered. It's not quite as scattered as any of the other ones. It flows. To me, it flows really well. It goes from the mascara, flows to London, and then flows to the final act. The action sequences in there are absolute, some of the best that I've seen in a superhero movie, for sure, by far. There's just something really endearing about seeing a woman take down an entire army brigade. I just think there's something just really endearing and awesome about that. Let's see, what else? The score, the music, the score is really good. I didn't look up to see who actually did the score, but it's the music is really good. It sets the tone very, very well for the movie. There's a part, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a particular part in the movie where the music just fucking hits you so hard. You know what I mean? It's just, you'll have to go see the movie for yourself. It's really good. So aside from that, talked about the characters, talked about the pacing, talked about the actors. I honestly thought this movie was well made. So the thing about Wonder Woman, I'm probably going to go on it's not really a rant, but I'm just going to talk. So the thing about Wonder Woman is that she's been around since 1941. A lot of people still to this day, like now, they know who she is, but a lot of people didn't really know who she was, you know? She had this feminist icon status placed on her as soon as she really started to take shape back in the 40s, you know? And because, you know, when you have a female Superman equivalent, you're basically a feminist icon, right? With that being said, feminism is not something that's found in this movie. I have seen iterations of her comics and of her just in general where she has this tainted view of men, just mainly because of her mom and of Hippolyta, and you know, she's like she'll get on Earth and she's like, oh, men are so stupid, men are this and men are that, you know. In this movie, you don't see really a lot of that. There is a part, mainly towards the end, but that's just because she's had a revelation. You know, she had a revelation, and she's starting to understand a little bit more now. But you know, like it's just, don't let the feminism that some of these people spout, don't let that get in your way of wanting to see this movie, because this movie is well done and it's really good. Just don't let that be a thing, you know, that holds you back from seeing this movie. The thing is that Wonder Woman has always had this feminist icon, and the media doesn't really help with that, because the media, the first thing that they zone in on is feminist. Is she a feminist? And you know, feminism is kind of starting to get a bad rep a little bit. And you know, I guess depending on who you ask, for good or bad reason, it's starting to become a thing. And you know, that can either help or hurt the film. I mean, it brought in $100 million over the weekend, so I guess it helped. Some of it helped it. But don't let the feminist aspect of it hold you back, because it's hardly ever mentioned in this film at all, you know, about feminism and how she feels about men. It's really more towards the general public instead of men, and I think that was a good call on Patty Jenkins to not have her focus so much on men instead of just people in general. So with that being said, go see the movie. I think it's amazing, and I think there's something highly endearing about a strong woman, you know, like a strong woman who's a lead role in a movie, and you know, she takes down a whole fucking. She throws a fucking tank. Like seriously, she throws a goddamn tank. You know, and it's like, my thing is, there are female icons that people can look up to in the real world. That people, females and males, you know, there are those feminists, those females that we can look up to in the real world. You know what I mean? But it's also nice to reiterate, because let's face it, you know, a lot of, regardless of if you think it or not, subconsciously most people will watch some sort of TV, and most people will have some kind of influence off of TV or movies, you know, that, and that's just how it's always been. So it's nice to see a lead female character who's strong, and I'm glad people are finally starting to see the significance of Wonder Woman. She's always been significant, especially to the DC universe. She's probably behind Superman, probably the strongest hero in the DC universe, and that's just how it is. She's probably the strongest in the DC universe, and I'm glad she's finally getting recognition for how powerful she is, how strong she is, what she can do. So go see the movie. It's to me, it's well done. They played it safe. For me, I didn't feel bad. I think I wasn't underwhelmed per se. I was just more like, I guess I was expecting a little bit more, but it is an origin story, and I'm okay with it being underwhelming in that sense, just because it is an origin story. So you can't convolute things in an origin story. But I am expecting something big, you know, something huge in the next Wonder Woman. I don't think the next Wonder Woman should play it too safe this time, especially now that we know that Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins are locked into their contracts. So they know, Patty Jenkins knows how to make a good film. She just does. She knows how to make a good film. So I'm not worried in the slightest. So leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. I love Wonder Woman. I always have, and my bias is not keeping me from objectively reviewing or like telling you what I think about this movie. For me it's a bit underwhelming, because I know what she does and I know what she's capable of doing. But that's just for, I mean, you know, you don't want to let all of her powers be known in the first movie, right? I get that. That makes sense. But if you guys have any comments, leave them down below. Let me know what you guys think. All right. I say go see it. It's a wonderful movie, and let me know what you guys think. Talk to you later. Peace.